Okay, so today's lesson is 7.8, identifying sampling errors and bias. So the objective of this lesson is to identify bias samples and bias survey questions. So in your textbook on page 362, you can find the definition of bias sample and bias question. So you should have written a sample that does not fairly represent the population, and bias question is a question that leads people to give a certain answer. We'll use adjective words to lead people. So you should know that adjective words is words that describe a noun. So if you said red apple, red is an adjective word. So an example could be juicy red apple. So your adjective word is juicy, red, or you might say brown, ugly banana, and brown and ugly are your adjective words. Let's look at example 1. Determine whether each sample may be biased and explain. An employee of the phone company randomly chooses 80 customers to ask whether they are happy with their service. I would like you to highlight the word randomly. The word randomly will always tell you that it is not biased. Okay, so you have to tell me if it's biased or not. So the sample is not biased. It is a random sample. Anything that is done randomly, it is not biased. Look at B. The first 25 students to arrive at school are surveyed to find out how they get to school. The sample is biased. It is likely the first 25 students arrive by the same method, such as a bus. Now, some students say, well, that doesn't seem like it would be biased because it's the first 25 students that arrive at school. It's the way the question is why it's biased. Because some students, if you have 50 students coming off the bus and you ask the first 25 students that get off the bus, since they're the first ones to arrive at school, that would be, they're all going to say they arrived at school on the bus. If you had asked how you make it not biased, would be if you ask the 25 students randomly at school how they got to school, then it would not be biased. See, the word randomly tells you that it's not going to be biased. Look at example 2. Determine whether each survey question may be biased and explain. So here's your question. Do you prefer broccoli or corn? Now look at the question. Is there any adjective words in front of broccoli? Like, do you prefer to have day-old broccoli or fresh-grown corn? There is no adjective word, so the question is not biased. It does not lead people to choose one item over the other. Looking at B, would you rather drive this luxurious and roomy sedan or a tiny compact car? This question is biased. And the reason why it's biased is look at this. What are these? Hopefully you said these are adjective words. So the word luxurious and roomy tells you that it's an adjective word, and tiny and compact is an adjective word. People may be more likely to choose a car that is describing as luxurious and roomy than one that is described as tiny and compact. So people may be more likely to choose one that is the reason why they would choose that is because of the adjective words. So if you had said, would you rather drive a sedan or a car, then that's not a biased question. Because they had added in the word luxurious and roomy and tiny and compact, that makes it biased. Let's look at example 3. So Mario conducts a survey to find out which animals at the zoo are the most popular among visitors. Determine whether Mario's claim is valid. Remember, valid is the truth. Okay, explain. So here's your sample. So she decides she's going to survey 30 visitors outside the monkey house. And she asks these 30 visitors, which animals in the zoo are your favorite? These people, the 30 visitors, she got monkeys were the most popular. So here is her response. said monkeys is 10, bears is 8, lions is 6. Now, is her claim valid or not? Well, her claim may not be valid. And the sample is biased. Because visitors standing outside the monkey house may be more interested in monkeys. So if you are asking someone what is their favorite animal at the zoo and they're standing outside of a monkey house, they just saw the monkeys, so they're going to most likely say monkeys. It's just like if you go to the restaurant and you come out of a restaurant and someone says, what was your favorite restaurant? Well, you just came out of a restaurant, and so that's biased. If you had come out of a restaurant and someone asked you, what is your favorite movie theater? Then that would not be biased because you just didn't come out of a movie theater, you came out of a restaurant. Okay. So now let's check it out. What I'd like you to do is try to do numbers 1, 2, and 3 on your own. And then when you're ready, push record and see if you have the correct answer. So number 1 says, determine whether each sample may be biased and explain. A sales manager of the large department store randomly chose 40 previous customers to ask whether they're satisfied with the service they received. Okay, so what is your keyword that tells you if it's biased or not? Hopefully you had seen the word randomly. So this is not biased because they are chosen randomly. Okay, 2, determine whether each survey may be biased and explain. Would you rather have a new widescreen or an old small screen television? So look at this. What are these words right here? Hopefully you know those are adjective words. So if you see adjective words, you should know that this is this survey is biased because they use adjective words to lead people to choose one over the other. And number 3, Jed conducts a survey to find out which animals in the zoo are most popular. Determine whether Jed's claim is valid and explain. So here's a sample. So he surveys 50 visitors selected at random throughout the day. Question, which animal, so he asks the 50 visitors, which animal at the zoo are your favorites? And the results of the 50 is that lions were the most popular animal. Biased or, first of all, is his claim valid? Yes, his claim is valid. Because the sample is random. See, here's your key word right here, the word random, throughout the day. If he had said that he asked the 50 visitors what is their favorite animal at the zoo near the lion's cage, then that would be, his claim would not be valid because it would be biased.